Hey guys, GTS here with Digi-Academy today to show off my Beelstar list. I got first place in the GFG locals last week. To start out, for eggs, I play one Pagu as one of the fours gets all the benefit out of it. Also, I do think you need to play a fifth egg. An alternative would be the Pagu that on deletion trashes the top two if you just want to focus on mill to make your Beelstar cheaper. But I personally think the DP comes up a little bit more often. And then for Demimera, it's the best purple egg in the game for most decks as of now. And unless Bandai decides to give us a Gabu as an egg, I don't think we'll ever get a better egg than this one. For level threes, it's nothing crazy. I play four of the draw two trash one Gabu, as this is your best mill piece early to just turbo out your options to make your Beelstar a little lot cheaper. And the faster you get to your threshes are about 9 normally. If you can get to 9 options, the earlier the better. I play 3 Blanc as it's a good way to de-break your hand because a lot more often than not, you're not going to see your purple rookie because you don't play a ton of them. And this also dumps options in trash, or you can dump Beelstars if you're bricked on Beelstars, which sometimes happens, just to make Beelstars cheaper in the long run, or get rid of options and draw 2 cards. And then I play 3 Psychmon, because everyone's playing Death X, so whenever you want to do Nailbone combo, having that to prevent them from just Death Xing your board is always nice. As well as it stops the cross deck if you see it at locals or something, or Blue Flare are two other decks that abuse those. And then I play 3 Ghazi. Ghazi is always going to be good. Every deck's always going to play Memory Boost until tower decks aren't really the meta, which as of now most of the meta is. So this card is really good for that. It's really great in the decks like Minerva, which are still kind of around, but not that much. And it also is really good into Lord Bloom, since they don't gain memory off Bloom Lord. So can they get really stuck if you have these on board early game. And then I play one Dracmon. It's your loop for Deathclaw and Calling from the Darkness, since you only have one copy you can play now. And then next we'll do the level 4s. Uh, Firstly, the obvious 4 of that you play. Scatter mode, just probably the best level 4 in the deck. It's how you turbo, you de-brick, you draw your pieces. It's a 4 cost, so if you brick on rookies, you can always just slam it for 4. Next, I play one Doberman. He's good because you can recur your Beelstars early, or late game, I should say. Early game, he's nice because he trashes top 3. He could hit a bunch of targets, but more often than not, he'll hit a few options in there too to make your Beelstar cheaper. I play one Vilemon. Blockers aren't really super important in this meta, but you might need it sometimes, or you're setting up lethal. You can always just put this on board as a way to slow them down if they do try to clap back. And then I play one Ogremon. Uh, Card has a lot of really good synergy with the Pagu being a 6k on swing, trashing 2 cards, so you don't lose much tempo that way. It's basically just requiring that you have the options in hand before you swing, but it is 6k 2 checks. Sometimes it lives, sometimes it doesn't. I had in the tournament against Lord Bloom, I had it back to back both games, give me lethal as it lived both checks. And then one promote, because it's your rush target off Nailbone. If you can get it in this trash, the earlier the better. It's also a 1 cost Digi-Evolution, so if you do have to go to Vilemon early or something, or a level 4 you don't like, which is the only one that's really bad anymore, you can always go this for 1, get extra draw, and then swing and get both of them trash early. Next will be level 6s, because it's a Beelstar deck, so you don't really play any level 5s. You could play something like Rebelli if you wanted to, but I don't see the point. So just 4 Beelstar, the standard. Nothing really else to put in for top end in this deck, sadly. And then I play 2 level 7s, which everyone's favorite level 7, Death X. Just always a good card, great against Lord Bloom, good against any swarm decks you might see. And really just an all around good card. A board state that might come up that you might need to break would be like Shiva Lock is really good into Beelstar. If your Beelstar is cheap enough, you can play it, and then you can always Digivolve over it to clear their Shiva, which you're going to probably pass them a good amount of memory, but you break their Shiva lock, and you also hopefully cleared a few bodies in the process. And if not, if they go wide on the clapback, it clears bodies at the end of their turn, so it makes their turns a lot more awkward on the clapback if they can't kill it. And if they do bot deck it, you still get a Beelstar and trash, so you can recur it or you can make your other Beelstars cheaper. So all around, pretty good play. Next is the Tamers. I only play two. I play two Blue Tamer. He's a Mim Tamer. If you swing with Beelstar or Death X, you can tap him to draw one as long as you have 7 or less in hand. So he's a good draw engine early, but more often than not, you pass that threshold pretty early on. But it's really just for the blue color as well as being a Mim Tamer. Next is options. To start off, one Calling from the Darkness, just a busted card. Recurs your it recurs your Beelstars. Dracmon recurs it. So once you can see this and this, you can just keep adding back one Beelstar and one Dracmon every time, and then play this to pass your turns. Because Beelstar does get to the point where she's always free, and you just get permanent value off this. Because you do it all on your turn before they can interact with it. Next, I play two Deathclaw. It can pop floodgates. If your stuff doesn't die and you need to extend your board or just clear small bodies before you pass turn, it's a good card. Just always nice. Next, I play two Mistmim. Uh, they're okay. More often than not, they're not going to mill anything crazy, but they set up plays where you can early nailbone and aggro them out of the game, which a lot more often than not, Beelstar is really more of a rush deck any more than anything, and they just can get to late game. But there's a lot of matchups like Wargrey and stuff. Your goal is just to aggro them out, and more often than not, they can't keep up with you rookie rushing them. For 7 cost lineup, I play 3 Nailbone. It's your combo piece. It's good early game to abuse having stuff in trash that you've discarded early, and the later the game goes, the better the card is. 4 Fly Bullet. More often than not, your opponent is just swinging with level 6s anymore. There's not really any decks that rely on level 7s besides Jesmon, but Jesmon's kind of an interesting or a rough matchup either way because they have decoy as well, so there's not really a lot of outs you can have to that deck. Next, I play 3 Plasma Decker Drill Launcher. In security, it has the same effect as Kakaida's, so more often than not, it's going to be better in hand because it only costs 5. So I guess matchup like Lord Bloom and stuff like that, where they might set up only um, a Hydramon and then a level 4. You can play this for 5, put them at 2 or 3 if they have a Memory Tamer, and clear their board. So it's always a great card for that. I play 3 Kakaidas as well, so in total you're playing 10 kill spells that can clear a tower normally. All of them lose to Wargrey, obviously, so that matchup's rough. Guilemon is another really interesting matchup because they don't care about your removal, so you have to pray you have Death X or you out aggro them. And then I play 2 1-ofs, being Happy Bullet. It's a really good answer because it's your main answer to clearing Death X, as you don't have anything else besides bouncing it back to hand, which more often than not feels bad. But hopefully you can call back Psychmon and a level 4, so you just stop them from Death Xing entirely. And then I play 1 Gwalt as another out to Lord Bloom, because that is the deck you're going to see a lot of. So having the ability to just play this and clear most of their board and leaving them with a level 5 or a level 6 and nothing else is good because that's what they rely on, is having the swarm to get bonuses. Um, that's really it. I ended up playing against Wargrey, Gaiomon, Lord Bloom, Grandis for my matchups. Um, Gaiomon was really scary. Luckily, he hit Death X game 1, which he didn't get enough DP to survive, so I didn't have to worry about removal. And game 2, I just got to aggro him out. Overall, I really like the list. If you're looking for something fun to play, it's a good deck. I think it could do well to regional, but it's very dependent on your openers. If your openers are rough, you don't get to play the game. But that's always been the deck. So if you have any questions, leave something down in the comment, and shout out to Tyler with GFG for helping me with the list. And as always, hope you guys have fun with Digis, and if you guys want to playtest or anything like that, we have a Discord where we do playtest pretty often, and I'll put the link down in the description. And have a good day, everybody.